Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and it's time for day 18. So happy 18th of December, everybody. So I'm using a silver pen today. This is also a standard shop item, and I've changed out the tip for metal one. But for those eagle-eyed, the package I've been waiting for, or feel like I've been waiting for so long, has arrived. Our mini grip mats. So of course it's very, very sticky at the moment, but it works very similar to your standard grip mats. However, it is icky bitty and it fits a trashy perfectly. So I have one of those accompanying me today. I don't need it when it's not on an easel, but I'm so excited to have this on my easel because I use the trashy, but the bigger grip mats have been driving me a little bit up the wall, just due to the space they take, whereas I wanted something that is the same size as my trashy. So it's very sticky. But yeah, they have finally turned up. Our supplier has been brilliant, but I feel like we've been waiting for ages for them to get through the last part because they're only small, so they don't need to go via courier like many of our items do. So they've been stuck in the Royal Mail system for what feels like forever, but they're here. I'm so excited. So these will be coming out in January along with the trashy trays. Hopefully we have enough. But yeah, I'm well excited that they have turned up. So we're on day 18 today. I feel like it needs to stay in view. I brought my little pink trashy in as well that I've been using with my diamond painting. But let's go for red today. So this is the big tray. We have quite a few, well, the white on the background will take quite a lot of colour. So I'm going to go for a big Add More Zest tray. This is our red that was November 2021. So a little bit brighter colours for November last year compared to this year. So yeah, so far it's a good day when they arrived yesterday. Got quite a few unboxings done for my second channel, which is linked in the description below, for Add More Zest with diamonds. So there's quite a few different things that have been unboxed for there, and it's feeling a little bit tidier in this craft room due to that today. I'm also hoping to get done this weekend to unbox my Dreamers designs. I'm itching to unbox it, and then once I've done the unboxing, I want to actually see what the canvas is like close up on my light pad in the dark. I say in the dark. A UK evening, UK after 3 o'clock probably. I want to actually put the canvas on my light pad and see if it has improved from last time and if we have clearer images. I am expecting it to be clearer, so hopefully that will do another tick for a nice weekend. Right, my 21 is a little bit close, but I'm just gonna poke the diamond under the corner rather than move all the sheets. So this is the last day that we're doing a block that I've had to reshuffle the cover sheets. After that, after today, it definitely feels even closer to the end because everything will be, it'll be joining everything up even more so. as we do them. Though number 19, yeah, it still has one to the left of it, this number 21. But I think we're going to get a few of those until we get to number 25. But exciting times. Right, let me move those. And I had my cover sheets still on my desk. I normally move them out of the way straight away. But I was too excited about my little grip mat. And I'm probably not going to need to use my little trashy in this one. But I wanted to share with you all that it has arrived. We do have a smaller one, so if you don't want to be making a trashy into a cover minder or anything like that, and you do like to work on an easel, there is another option for you to be able to grip it to your diamond paintings without taking up too much room that the large grip mats do. Though the large grip mats do work perfectly, and that is what I've been using. I just wanted a smaller one. Okay, so Alyssa, she has said in regards to tracking shipments, this is when my Dreamers designs didn't seem to be moving. She said she uses an app called Aftership, and it allows tracking from a variety of companies. She says if you have the tracking number, just enter it in. And it will come up with either the exact company shipping or best match. She said it's been pretty accurate so far. Yeah, I think my main problem with my Dreamers designs was I seem to have like a logistics company's tracking. It wasn't like a normal tracking number, and it didn't seem to be one that I could even pop in every when I knew it would be those that would be shipping it. But it's all good, it's here, and I'm hoping to get that unboxed, as I say, today, because I have done all the videos I need to do for my other channel for December, and going into some for in January, so they've all been done, which means I can concentrate on getting, you know, the videos that I want to get up for this channel while I'm away. And they're here. They are here. Lisa says she diamond paints in her chair in the living room. She says if they're a little smaller, and she's already spilled some. Oh, so this is in relation to us making a mess with our diamonds. She said she's sure that there are quite a few down the sides of her chair and underneath. I would say that for my spot on the couch. She says the next time she vacuums, she will have to move the chair. She said it's a big rocker recliner, so she doesn't move it every time. She said she thinks it would be a nice idea to do a kit from a new company that you shown on your channel. She said especially if there are a few that you would really like to do. I'll be kitting that one up hopefully as well. We shall see. I need to de-kit my last large painting first. It is a rule I have with myself. It is often the order I put them up on the channel as well. But I do try and ensure that I have broken down and de-kitted anything that needs de-kitting before I think about setting any new ones up. I often decide what videos I'm doing on the basis of what is floating around in my craft room and needs dealing with so it can be tidied away. And that often includes paintings that need de-kitting. I often have the canvas or the diamonds floating around my craft room. So once I've put those away, then I feel that I can make more mess. Plus I get the benefit of a tidier craft room, which I think is why I have just done. My first job was to do all the unboxings for my other channel, because it tidied up those parcels that were about. And then I just have a couple of unboxings to do for this channel, but they are bigger boxes, so they're easier to prop on their end than the bags that other things come in. So yeah, my craft room is tidier, and yeah, hopefully it will be tidy by the time I have finished all the others, but I guess time will tell. Right, the border is done on number 18 with my little bit of shading. So let's get some white background done. Tip out quite a bit on this one. So I'm going to get all the loose diamonds to that end of the tray, shake them all the way down. And I do have quite a few sat here, but I have too many diamonds for the tray unless I was to individually mess with them. And I'm not doing that. So just like yesterday's, I'm going to start from this side of my tray. And when I get about halfway through, I'm going to shake these diamonds back again and get a few more the right way up, until either my tray's empty or my square is full of white. Alyssa also says that she thinks that I should try the carrot art painting to know how it is. That will be my kit up very soon. Joanna says she has taken her Advent diamond painting with her while travelling. She said, but she did forget to bring her tray in from the car, and she didn't want to go and get it. I get that feeling. She said, so she's just dropping them on the cover and bouncing the diamonds until they're the right side up. She said, well, you finish your section and I'm only half done. She said, so I guess I should have gone and gotten the tray to hold the diamonds. Lesson learned. I get the whole idea of not wanting to go out to the car though, especially if it's raining hugely, if it's cold, any of that sort of stuff. I completely get not wanting to go to the car and trying to make it work the best you can. And it sounds like you are just doing your hobby a little bit slower while on holiday. Billy says, hi Rebecca, said day 13, the stockings are adorable. She said, in regards to doing large pictures or small, she said from a new company, she said, could it be possible to put them in rotation every other time? So it was Billy's comment I read and thought was a very good idea. I did see all the comments coming through about doing carrot art, primarily carrot art, and took on board that as a yes. But it was Billy's comment about every other time that I also thought was a great idea. She says, or even have them on a separate decision wheel. She says she's always hesitant to order from new companies unless you recommend them. She only occasionally watches other channels, so she values my input. Yes, I like the idea of every other time. I don't have too many other paintings in my large ones that I feel need to be done quite soon, if that makes sense. Like I've had them there's some that I've had for a while from a company that I've not done one from, but they are paintings. Well, one of them is a painting that I purchased probably in 2020, so I'm not in. I figure the time has passed for me to try and make sure that I do that one, because the company's probably changed loads. And some of the others that I have in my large paintings are from companies that I have done smaller ones of. So they may be the cheaper end of the large paintings, and I've done some from that company in a 30 by 40. So I think there's only the 2 companies. So yeah, every other time sounds fair, though my decision wheel may decide that I need to do it sooner. Time will tell. She said since she ordered 2 12-day advents, she said she went ahead and opened her second set. She said she loves everything and it was well worth the cost. She said happy holidays. I did try to make sure that you did get 2, because I knew you'd ordered 2 to in effect make into a 24, even if that's not what you did in the end. I did try to make sure that you had 2 from 2 different batches that we made, to try and make the contents as different as possible, without having to hand pack it separately afterwards, because everything was done on a sort of production line. Caris was an amazing help with Advent and was doing a lot for us. So yeah, it was very much done on a production line, and you know, everything was prepped, then everything was bagged and stickered, and then everything was put together. So I tried to make sure that it was 2 separate batches that did have some differences, and hopefully colours wise the differences came out, though I'm not sure if they would have done. Some stuff was the same, but we had multiple different colours of them. But I'm glad you like them anyway. Teresa says the cross stitch is beautiful and she loves the frame. Thank you. I think the frame is what makes a huge difference with that one. Kathy says, me again. She says, tipping out too many diamonds indicates a very generous personality. I like your way of looking at it, Kathy. That is definitely one way to look at it. Very generous personality. Generous to my tray. Give it lots of diamonds to make it look prettier. I mean, the trays are pretty, but they look prettier when they've got diamonds in. That's my view anyway. Okay, so I'm going to do up to the top of the wreath on this side, and then I'm going to go to the other side. And I tend to do this, or I have done this side of it first, so that if I need to lean on these diamonds, they're not sticky to do the other side. Colleen says, hi Rebecca. She says today is her daughter's birthday, so happy birthday to your daughter from the 13th. She said it may be tomorrow where you are. Oh, so she said, but today's the 14th. So it's the 14th, not the 13th. So happy birthday to her for the 14th. And that's her birthday. Tomorrow in our house it is Caris's birthday on the 19th of December. She's a bit older now though, so I don't think she has any particular plans that she wants to do. I think TV day was mentioned, which is not a bad thing when it's cold, that's for sure. Jamie said she would love to order the Zesty Wolf in a square drill. Even if you're only able to get it again in round, they'd still order it. And she thinks I should do a carrot art painting. Thank you, Jamie. Nellie agrees that I should diamond paint one of my newer ones. She also said that she has some decisions to make too, and Merry Christmas to me and my family. Thank you, Nellie. Merry Christmas to you and yours as well. If you can hear Luna in the background, I think that is my daughter coming in. She has her friend staying at the moment, and even though her friend has been here for a couple of days, and even though her friend came with us to Cornwall, and she's fully aware of who she is, she still barks every time she either comes down from upstairs or comes in the house. Nancy, she says, hi Rebecca. She said she caught up on yesterday's Advent, first thing in the morning. She says, but she won't be able to do the one today as she's doing Christmas baking with her friend. She said she would love to see me pop one of my new Diamond Painting Company canvases into the lineup next. She said sometimes it is nice to change up the system. She says it also gives us information about new companies. She says so it's a win-win in my books. I agree. She says she works the same way as I do, bottom left to top right. And she likes to see the diamond next to the one she is adding. I also find when I want to nudge them across as well, it's a little bit easier to nudge. She says, that being said, she said she has been trying multi-placing, and it seems easier for her to multi-place from left to right. Weird but true. She says, happy dotting everyone. Try vertical as well. Somebody did mention vertical, and when I thought back to when I did my Timney Arts Flamingo, when I was doing those on the vertical, they were easier for me as well. So I think if I give, when I give multi-placing a bit more practice, I think I will be going for vertical over horizontal and see how I go. Nancy, different Nancy, says congratulations on the 16k. She says she has noticed quite a few other creators with the paint gems now. She says it's a nice exposure for them. Yeah, I mean, many companies, do get exposure through YouTube creators, and that is a marketing tool for them. I think what's also worked with Paint Gem, and what definitely worked with me with Paint Gem, was that I felt the product was amazing, and I'm always, in effect going to give more exposure, not because I have to, but in effect because I want to, because I enjoy the product. So for the Paint Gems, they weren't competing with any other paintings that I had, like large paintings, for example. They weren't competing with the fact that it was other large paintings. They were completely different, being mini paintings, which meant that they had their own separate kitting ups, kitting downs. It didn't interfere with the other paintings that I was doing. And I love seeing them come together. So it worked for me. That was never a request or an agreement with Paint Gem. It just, my love for them, in effect, boosted how much they were on my channel because I was doing them. And the likes of Carrot Art, for example, absolutely love some of their pieces. I'm really itching to do at least one of theirs that is in my stash, and in turn that makes me feel that I'm just going to go outside what I normally do, because I do really want to see what they're like, and want to be able to reflect that in reviews that I give for any potential new paintings. So we shall see how that goes. But yeah, Paint Gem Minis, they have basically just come up with something unique, haven't they? that nobody else has particularly done yet, or at least not done in the same way, and it's hit a chord with us all. You can tell by the amount of people that have them. Heather says, how does she get her hands on some of my trays and Advent? She says she's in Alabama, US. So for the trays, we have at least 3 basic colours that are always available on our website. So if you go to addmorezest.com, which is detailed in the bottom, it's also linked in the description, and you can purchase our trays from there. The limited edition trays, as in limited edition colours, get announced on my channel, and then the date that they're available in the shop will be there. The Advent calendar has actually sold out for this year, though there are many people that would still want it, so we may be doing a restock of that at some point. We will have to just work out, and do that in the most cost-effective manner. I've just thrown a diamond on that tray. I'm trying to get the last of my upside-down diamonds and trying not to knock all my others off. Okay, let's go for this. Let's sort out you first. You can go there. And I'll just go for whatever diamonds are the right way up now. Jackie said she is still not in a good routine with her book of lists. She said, however, this month she did buy one of our original pouches, so our bigger ones. So now she can find somewhere to hang it so that it's always visible to remind her to use it. Some days / weeks, I am on it with my book of lists. And it is my lifeline, and it is my guide, and it is my day-to-day. And sometimes I too am not. I do currently have a list because there is a certain amount of things that I need to get ready before I go away. However, the likes of today, when I've been doing my videos, etc., I've not referenced it yet. They are all written down. So when I did my brain dump, they're written down. However, I haven't consulted it because so far my videos that I've been filming have been what can I see, what is about, does it need a video doing on it, okay, yeah, do that one. That's the way I've sort of worked today. So I won't reference that until later when I go, okay, let's mark off what I've done. And then I can go, okay, I've done the things that are right in front of me. I've marked everything off. What's next? And that's when I'll consult my list. So I do have days where it is used loads. Quite often, if there is a lot of, I find I use it more when I have a lot of things that need doing that are maybe smaller bits, not necessarily big projects, over the course, over a few different topics. And when I say topics, it could mean a few bits for the shop, a few bits for YouTube, a few bits for the house. That's when I find the list is really useful, because my brain will quite often focus on one task and then another. But when there's lots of bits from each area, it can take a little bit more to focus for me. So I use my lists primarily when it's like that. However, for example, when I was doing the 12-day Advents, everything was 12-day Advents. That was what needed doing. That was what needed doing all day. So therefore, I didn't necessarily consult a list as much. It was, okay, this is here, deal with it all. Then the next, then the next. Because I didn't as much need a list. Everything was there and right in front of me. It just needed doing. So I just got on and did. So yeah, I find, the lists are awesome. The lists are needed. but not every day. It really does depend on the types of tasks I have to do. Kaz says, as she's watching this video, she is attempting to complete the last 3 houseplants of the mini edition diamond paintings from Paint Gem. That was one of my favourite sets, the houseplants. It really was. I think because it was so different, and I could see them being used more in my home than maybe some of the others. And in fact, that is one that I do have framed in a nice big black frame that goes on the shelf in my kitchen, is one of the houseplants ones. Though it may get changed to a cocktail when it comes to party time. Liz says, congratulations on reaching 16,000. She said she absolutely loves how this advent is coming together. She says she finished before me, so she's made sure that her cover paper is rearranged a tad so that she can just dive straight in tomorrow. You'll end up finishing before me again, Liz. If you've done all this prep work, all this advent reshuffling prep work. Melissa, she says, she said she really mucked up. Oops. She says she signed up for Wi-Fi and downgraded her data on her phone as she didn't need unlimited. It all went live, she said, on Friday the 9th. Engineer was due between 8 and 1 and was going to take 3 hours. So she kept her little man home from school. She said engineer turned up at 3, so a bit late. And apparently her son had used all her new data by then. And the Wi-Fi box was stuck in the Royal Mail system somewhere. She says she's finally got that today, the 14th. So while she was doing stuff, i.e. Christmas shopping on the 9th, 10th and the 11th, and halfway through the 12th, she says, yeah, so a bit of a mess up with the Wi-Fi, but at least you are reconnected now. She says it's absolutely freezing here and the whole place is covered in ice. She says she loves the snow globe and the penguin. Thank you, Melissa. Well, hopefully things are settling down a little bit for you now. Some of our ice is now melting with the rain, but I'm waiting on full judgment as to whether it's all gone, because it could take a bit. There is still some left. Right, I'm going to save the AB until last. So let's go for the black. Melissa, she said she had to comment again. She said she absolutely loved the Laurie story. She says thank you to Laurie. Laurie's stories are amazing. I will give you that. She also says that she loves the idea about doing new companies' paintings sooner. She says, but at the end of the day, she says you do what you want to do. She says she loves the excitement over day 8. She's wondering what it could be. So that's the day 8 advent calendar. She said she's being good and she's not opening or touching anything early. Not too much longer until you get your day 8, Melissa. And then I'm sure you will be able to agree with what the excitement is for day 8. And then, say, come after Christmas, we'll be able to discuss it more freely. Oh, Melissa's also, she's now watching the 14th. She's put a comment on each day. You can tell she's watched them all. She says once she received a proof of delivery picture from Royal Mail that was of a toilet. She said seller gave her a refund, and then 20 days later or so, she says the item turned up. She says she thinks she's ordered everything for Christmas now. However, her family probably won't get it for on Christmas Day, as she needs to receive it, wrap it, box it up and post it to them. She says, note to self, need to plan better next year. Well, you won't be in the middle of moving next year, Melissa. She says the unpacking has come to a stop as her kitchen doesn't have much cupboard space. So it's just holding, the only cupboard she's got that can hold her bigger items like pans and dinner plates is the cupboard under her sink. So she's bought some more wall cupboards to fit that stuff. She said, where has this month gone? It's gone in the sea of boxes, Melissa, for you. For the rest of us, I've got no idea, it's just disappeared. But for you, it's gone in a sea of boxes. There's no hope for the rest of us. It's just disappeared. It's just December. It never goes that quick when you're a child and wanting it to be Christmas. It never goes that quick. Just giving a quick change of my batteries for my camera so that I can carry on filming after this. I'm just doing the brown before I move over to the yellow because I feel like it finishes this little bow off. Not brown, grey, sorry. Melissa said, me again. She says here where she is, she said the post office was on strike on Monday and Tuesday, and now the postmen are on, well, woman, post person is on strike on Wednesday and Thursday. She said, good job you don't leave here, Rebecca, with getting your orders out. Sounds like it. Sounds like I would have had a trip to the sorting office if the post office had closed on Monday and Tuesday. I would have been going direct. But at the minute, the sorting office is crazy busy. Like, our post office is busy, but the sorting office is so much worse at the moment than I normally try and go early and get directly to the post office or arrange for a collection, depending on how many orders need to go out. But yeah, it'll all calm down soon enough, hopefully. Hopefully they'll come to some sort of agreement over pay and terms and conditions, and then we can all go back to whatever normal is. Sherry, she says it's filling up quite nicely. She says she's going on a cruise from Auckland to Sydney on January the 3rd. She says she's decided to pack a couple of mini kits for the trip. She said it should make them easy to do while on the ship. That sounds nice. So you will have some downtime, or even if there is always something to do on the ship, you will have some time that you want to be alone and you want to go and have some downtime. Give yourself a little bit of a mental break, and I think the mini ones are ideal for that. I'm wondering if I take my tweezers out, if I can get away with taking a mini set on the plane, just in case. I think I might try it anyway, because yeah, my flight is a long flight. But yeah, it should be nice. Well, it should be nice on the ship, and then hopefully you do get to spend a little bit of time in Sydney, get to see the sights and maybe go on the harbour. Pink Diamonds, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she took a little break from Diamond Painting. She says just a little update about her big diamond painting that was damaged. She said she did finally get the other one that they sent out just in time before Christmas. So she is looking forward to doing that in the new year. Well, I'm glad they put things right and fixed that for you. That is exactly what you want. And I hope you enjoy doing it, knowing that things have been put right. Susan, she said she has discovered that she doesn't really care much for AB drills. She says while they do make a painting look prettier, she says they're just such a pain to put on the canvas. She says she's a little ahead, so she's starting square 9 now, which is as she's commenting on the video from day 8. She said thank you so much for sharing. A separate pen with ABs would potentially solve your problem, Susan. If you like them and you like them on your canvas, you just don't like trying to put them on with your pen, then a pen, especially for ABs, will probably fix that for you, make it feel a bit better. I have been gravitating towards my other little AB pen quite a bit over the last few sections of this that I've done. I think just because I forget how much nicer it can be to use, especially with me using different pens, and some of them have had quite tacky glue dots in them. I think using the ABs has made it a little bit better, using the AB pen. Rachel, she says, wonderful. She says she loves how it's coming together. She said she got the final adjustment on her temporary dentures yesterday, and her husband made her steak for dinner. She says nothing through the blender last night. She said it was awesome. She said sorry that she forgot to comment yesterday. That is the best excuse. I think you put that in the group as well, Rachel. But I do believe that is the best excuse for being delayed or even missing a day, especially if you have not been able to eat food in that way for a while. You are excused. Very much excused. She also said that she got a bonus in her Zesty Advent painting. She actually got some 775 AB. Ooh, sneaky. Didn't realise any of those had sneaked in. Well, enjoy. Oh, okay. So this is from Stephanie, because I did read her username out the other day. That's like SlodroPC7 or something like that. She said she did have a good chuckle when I said her YouTube name. She said she forgot that it would be part of her email. She said the S is for Stephanie, and then her last name. Then she has her unit for Civil War, US Civil War reenacting. Awesome. I love where different names come from. She says, anyway, congratulations on 16,000, and she's looking forward to getting a few trashies in January for her birthday. Awesome. I can now actually get some pictures done and things for the trashies so that they can be ready to go up on the website in January. Now that I have my little sticky mats too, so that I can sort of show it as a way it can be used. You know, the whole accessory picture. I don't do it on everything, but but I think it would work on a trashy to give a little bit of a size comparison. Otherwise, I can imagine the photo looking a lot bigger than the item. Even with measurements in there, it can still be deceiving. Right, that's what I want. My last little bits of yellow. Ickle Piglet. She says, just a thought, Rebecca. She said you should do an advent for each month. She said that would be cool. Such as January, you could have a frosty theme. February, a romantic theme for Valentine's Day. She says, what do you think, everyone? She says, Rebecca definitely needs another 24 hours extra each day. Yes, I do. I do. I will bear that in mind, Ickle Piglet. Thank you. Okay. I am nearly there. 2 more colours to go. So I'm going to fill in my yellow. And then I will get out my AB pen. Trying not to tip out too many. As I say, once you don't realise how many diamonds you actually have when you tip them out into the tray sometimes. That, or you don't realise that when it looks like you have loads of diamonds to place, it's actually not that many. Bernadette, she says, congratulations on reaching 16,000. She says it's fantastic. Thank you. She says also, she's a bit late with this, but your cross stitch is gorgeous. She said she loves it. She says it does make her feel guilty about all the work in progresses she has in her cross stitch. She said anyway, today she decided she was going to start her square early so that she would have some chance of finishing close to the end of the video. She said, how did that work out? I hear you ask. She said it didn't. She said just as she was about to start, her neighbour arrived for a coffee and a chat. And just as she was leaving, her friend rang for a chat. And just as she hung up from her, she said, hang on, where I've lost it. A text arrived from her nephew, which she had to answer straight away. So she ended up hours behind, she said. Sounds like you had a good friend and chat day, though. She says she really appreciates these chats as she lives alone. She says, but not when it's whip and waffle time. She said, this is me time. So I think in future, she said, I'll have to disconnect the doorbell, switch off my phone and close all the blinds. You can just become that lady where that time of day, you're not available for anybody. She says she's really loving the Advent painting. She said it's great doing one full picture each day. She said she did have a problem with the 310s, so she started using her spares. She says, but she is going to try the dryer sheet and the rolling pin. She says then she can replace her spares. She says, thank you for all your hard work. And she's really looking forward to getting her goodies from the launch. Well, do let us know if that doesn't work, Bernadette, and if we do need to send you any replacements for your spares. If there is any real problems with the diamonds, do let us know. Jackie says that she can totally relate to what Bernadette has said. She said even answering her Facebook Messenger text, she says, takes time and makes me wonder sometimes why I've not got very far with her daily chores. She says, let alone any me time. See, sometimes time can just fly with things like that. It really can. So Susan is catching up. She says, okay, she says, so far, number 9 is her favourite, and that's commented on the 9th. which was number 9. I'm forgetting. Why can't I see it? Oh, it's the snow globe. That's why it was the snow globe. She says, but she thinks it's going to change when she finishes day 10, which was our little penguin. She says she finished before the end of this video, so she's already started on day 10. She says, thank you for sharing. I am so glad that you're enjoying it, Susan. I really am. Okay, day 18, while we're reading out that last comment, has been finished. So let me zoom you guys back out. There we go. Let's pop these diamonds away. Little scatterings of ABs that look really quite silver at times. Let's take my trashy off as well. Just pulled my sellotape off. Very sticky mat. It will dull down a little bit until I get it covered in something and then end up having to wash it and go again. But number 18 is done. We just have separate squares now until we get to the piece de la resistance, Mr. Santa Claus, on day 25. But yeah, I'm not ready for it to only be this many sleeps till Christmas. Don't know about you guys, but onwards we shall go. And it'll be exciting to finish the painting. I am loving how it's turning out. I appreciate every single one of you for your comments, and I'm so glad that everybody else is enjoying it as well. But that's it for today. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow.